So what if you've done all the emotional work, all the relational work, you've had all the conversations, and you've done all the spiritual work. You feel good about sex. You think it's holy. You think it's valuable. You want to have this connection with your spouse, but your body is just still not cooperating. What can you do? Is it hopeless? Well, we have an unexpected thing that might help you. So we're going to talk about that today. Stay tuned. This is the Road to Happiness podcast, and we love to combine the wisdom of the Bible and brain science and help apply it to all the things in your life so that you can mature into true happiness. Josh is a sex therapist and we're sex educators. We're the Spurlocks. I'm Cassie, and we just appreciate our sponsor, My Counselor Online. We all get stuck in these things, in order to do the emotional work, in order to do the spiritual work, in order to do the relational work. Sometimes we just get stuck and we need help. So My Counselor Online will take care of you. They will help you navigate those things. They are all trained in sex therapy, so you'll be in really good hands so that you can lean into this thriving sex life that God has for you. So today we're talking about chapter 16 in our new book, and it's called Testosterone and Tingles. And I'm like such a huge proponent of this and excited to share this because for me personally, it's been such an important part of just thriving in life, of being able to step into living abundantly. Because when I discovered that my testosterone was low and I started to supplement it, I went and saw a provider. First of all, I was really scared. I was like, I'm going to be a different person. One of the things that I love about me is that I'm gentle and spunky and sweet. And I'm like, what if I'm gruff and manly? But I had this sweet friend that had been taking it, and she's just a delight. And so that gave me confidence and courage that I could try it, be brave enough to try it and see what happened. And it's just been such a game changer for me. Like the clarity of mind that I have, the energy that I have, the brain space that I have when I am taking testosterone is just so different. Like I used to want to connect at night, but like I was too tired to care. I did not care. By that point, it did not matter. And that was just sad. I wanted it to be different because I knew what it could be and how it could be different. And after I started taking testosterone, it would be like, I'd be tired, but I would be available in mentally, physically, all the ways. And that like started something like a revival almost of our sex life, but also just recognizing we were getting into the season where we didn't have small children anymore and they didn't take so much of that. And so I'm just a huge proponent of it. You should find a great provider in your area and talk to them about it, especially, for women of all ages, really, but like, especially as you're getting close to perimenopause, menopause, you want to talk to them about testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. You want them to really take care of you because it will make all the difference for you. So definitely try it. Check it out. You can take it as a cream. You can take it as pellets. You can take it as a pill. There's lots of options, but like, I just want to give hope because I didn't know that this was an option or could be a thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks
did you want to talk on this episode?
Nobody.
This is my episode.
Yeah, about it. Yeah, I think a lot of folks don't think about the biological, the hormonal components of things. Like as a sex therapist, we call it a multidisciplinary approach to troubleshooting sexual difficulties that folks face. And one of those components is just understanding the role that biology plays and hormones play in both male and female sexual response. And so it's normal and has been normal for a really long time for sex therapists to refer folks to endocrinologists for blood draws, blood panels to kind of look at estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and get a picture of what might be going on physiologically that could be influencing sexual experience and sexual response. But it's relatively new. Our understanding or experience working with testosterone, specifically with women.
Yeah.
For a long time, we've used testosterone replacement with men, where men have felt fatigue, depression symptoms, loss of drive and arousal, just a loss of vitality. And when we do the blood work, we find they've got low testosterone and are able to supplement that in ways that help kind of bring them back to life in a lot of ways. But it's been 20 plus years, so it's not like brand new experimental kind of approach, but it's been in the last 20 years that we have really begun to understand the role of testosterone in female sexual response. And Dr. Goldstein out in San Diego is one of the early researchers in the space, and in their sexual wellness clinic out there began to experiment with low dose testosterone with women, and seeing the multitude of sexual benefits and non-sexual benefits that gals experience when they have a healthy testosterone levels.
Yeah, I didn't even mention like the little sex drive perk. I think for me, I'm like, oh, people automatically assume that. And so to me, yeah, that's been great. But like it was all the other additional perks that I was surprised about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that there's one just, physiologically, there's the genital tissue for women is erectile tissue analogous to the male penis, and that it engorges with blood and is erectile tissue that has changes in feel and sensitivity when it has adequate blood flow and when it's adequately developed. And we find that the testosterone actually improves the vitality of erectile tissue in women, as well as the subjective sense of libido or desire.
Yeah.
And then the other components, when we think about brakes and accelerators, right, of things of, like you mentioned, just the energy.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yes.
Like it's difficult to desire to connect sexually if you feel like a zombie.
Yes.
Yeah. And so just the added mental clarity, the increased focus, the increased energy,
the
all
increased
of these things.
Assertiveness in a really good way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Including relationally assertiveness, but also sexual assertiveness.
Totally. We talked in the last chapter about being brave and naming what you want. And we talked about it in the context of oral sex, but like this has helped me and helps women just like have that extra oomph. We'll call it like a little boost to be able to do that hard thing.
Yeah. What's important to understand about testosterone replacement, or whether they are augmenting estrogen or progesterone, there's other hormones that a good endocrinologist and good women's wellness doc will take a look at.
Yeah.
And just a word of information, I don't know if it's warning or not.
Yeah.
An endocrinologist is not generally going to prescribe testosterone for women.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a new specialty thing that people are getting into.
Yeah, because the panel standards for women testosterone are such that the range for normal can be very low.
Yes.
And truly they can be for men also. Like if you go to an endocrinologist, if you're above 300 in testosterone, then you're within the range of normal from an endocrinological standpoint.
Yeah.
And they won't prescribe a testosterone. But for many men, being below 500 leaves them feeling like a zombie in life. And very much. And for a lot of men, being closer to 1,000 in testosterone
will feel better.
Yeah, is where they feel alive and they feel like themselves and whatnot. And so I say that because if you just go to an endocrinologist, they may do a panel and you ask them about testosterone and they'll go, no, you're within range of normal. You need to look at that. And so, but just because you fall within the range of normal.
Yeah, I'm glad we're saying this.
And a hormone panel that an endocrinologist does doesn't mean that you're not a good candidate for and wouldn't benefit from. So a lot of women's clinics specifically are where you want to go get checked out. You just go through your primary care doctor, go to an endocrinologist. It's unlikely that they're going to recommend testosterone for you. If you go to a women's clinic and have them do a blood panel, there's a good chance that they'll recognize a range that would be helpful to you and work with you to establish what's actually a good baseline for you.
Yeah, you want to work with somebody that is intentionally practicing in hormones, that is looking at hormones, that's their thing, that's important, and they have a lot of experience and training in that. And one of the things that I really love about people in that space is, yes, they're looking at your numbers, but it's more like, let's keep you safe, but within what we can do in the range of safety, where do you feel best? And they really care a lot about your experience to try to tweak it so that you can feel your optimum self. So that feels like, as a patient, that feels really good and self-empowering and freeing and exciting.
Yeah, and they're going to look at thyroid and all sorts of other things as well. They're going to look at your, vitamin D, your vitamin D levels. It's a multifaceted component to wellness, all of which directly or indirectly affects sexual response and sexual desire.
Iron.
And
lots of things.
So we're learning to look at, cultivating sexual confidence, cultivating sexual desire in a holistic kind of way. There's not like a magic pill that, this is just going to solve all of your difficulties. It's just not. That if you have relational dysfunction and brokenness and disconnection and can't communicate, testosterone is not going to solve that or fix that and give you a great sex life.
I'd say bummer, but actually that's really good, because those difficulties and brokenness, God wants to heal those. And if he just gave you a pill, then it would just cover it.
Right. Same thing around learning your body. Right? If you aren't engaging in self-exploration and learning how to attune to your own nervous system and pursue pleasure and what feels good and learning how to communicate with your spouse around that, testosterone isn't going to fix that. And so if you're experiencing pelvic floor pain, and then testosterone isn't going to fix that, working with a good pelvic floor therapist help that. So there's multiple components to kind of cultivating this garden of your sexual pleasure and sexual confidence and desire. So don't mishear us that, testosterone is a magic pill. Go out and find a women's wellness doc, and that will solve all of your things. But it may be a part of the puzzle for you. It may be part of a multidisciplinary engagement in different areas of your world that help facilitate you having the really vibrant sex life that you want to have. And so, I think it's an important piece of the puzzle for many women.
For sure. It was an important piece for me. So I'm just here to spread the word about all the things that I know, because I care about you learning from the experience that I've had, and for that to be a blessing to you and help enrich your life.
Yeah, friend, that's why we're here. That's why we do this podcast. That's why we develop all the resources that we do. We just believe that God wants you to experience true happiness. that Jesus said that he came that you might have abundant life, or life to its fullest, a life that's characterized and defined by peace and joy and satisfaction and hope for the future. And that includes your sex life, which is what this series has been focused around. We talk about lots of different things on this podcast. If you're new, you may think this is a podcast just about sex, which would be a great podcast.
It's just our favorite hobby, guys.
But as a sex therapist, it's one of the topics that we talk about in the focus of this series. But the focus of the whole of our ministry and all the things that we pursue is really about helping you experience the true happiness that Jesus designed you for, overcoming and navigating the obstacles to that, and really helping cultivate the maturity in you. And maturity meaning the healing and the growth and the resources that you need in order to fully be your true self, the person that Jesus designed you to be. And maybe hormones, maybe testosterone levels as one small piece or a big piece of that overall picture for you. So we're praying for you. We're cheering you on. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we look forward to seeing you back here soon.